Welcome to the Lit Workshop.
Hello, my name is Miss B and welcome to the Lit Workshop. Today we're going to be talking about text sections and text features. We're going to see how text sections and those text features convey meaning, give us information. Now, let's begin thinking about the components of a vibrant city. In that city, we usually have a building or buildings, sidewalks, cars, signs, streets. These components of the city help the city be vibrant. These parts of the city function to help people live within that city. Now, the same goes for text sections and text features in a text. Text sections and text features are units of a text. Now, when we say text sections, we mean paragraphs, sentences, chapters. These parts make up a text. And not only do they make up a text, but they help convey information. They help organize information so readers can easily get and understand that information. Same thing goes with text features. So let's look at this example text. It's a nonfiction text that focuses on the history of televisions. So when we look at this text, we see that it is arranged into sections. We see paragraphs. Those paragraphs are made up of sentences. And those sentences are working together in a paragraph to give information. And that paragraph is working with other paragraphs to help develop a big idea. And these sections, once again, work together to create meaning. But let's not forget about the television picture. That's a text feature. Now, text features also help give out information and help develop the central idea that the author is trying to push out to the reader. So by having that picture there, we understand that this text is going to be about televisions. Now, let's look a little deeper. We know that text sections help create meaning by organizing the text into coherent and logical parts. Another example is when we think of an essay. An essay is a type of text, and that essay has text sections. For example, the introduction, that first part of an essay, is there to achieve a certain purpose, which is to introduce a topic. The body is there to provide evidence, to explain a process, to compare and contrast ideas. And we know that the conclusion is the paragraph section that's there to conclude the explanation. And so let's go back to the article on televisions. We said that the article is divided into parts or text sections. Those parts are paragraphs. Now let's look at the first paragraph. We see how those sentences are defining what televisions do. So television shows sounds and pictures. They get data from cables, discs, or over-the-air signals. They turn this data into sounds and images. People watch news and shows on them. You probably call them TVs. So we know that that paragraph there, that text section there, is to help give information and define what televisions do. It introduces the function of a television and how people use them. So now, let's look at the second paragraph. John Baird made the first TV in 1925. That sentence seems like it's about to give me the history of television, but let's continue. It had one color. It could only show 30 lines. This was just enough room for a face. It didn't work well, but it was a start. So based on these details, based on these sentences, I see that this text section is there really to introduce the person who made the first television and how that first television operated. Now let's look at the third text section. The third text section is the third paragraph. And if you look closely, you would notice that those details highlight when the first TV station started. So you see These paragraphs or text sections are working together to convey meaning and really to give us the history of the television, who was the first person to create the first TV, and also when was the first television station started up. By using text sections, writers can communicate their main points more clearly and effectively to readers. So remember, text sections are very important and they can help convey information. Text sections can be paragraphs, sentences, chapters, and more. We also look at text features as part of a text to help us get and understand information.
Thanks for watching. For more resources, visit thelitworkshop.store.